Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video, or as some of you out there are calling it, NoDQ ball video, hardy har har. Got your questions from twitter.com/AaronRift as usual, and things are starting to slow down a little bit now that WrestleMania season is over, but hopefully things will pick up as we get closer to the next pay-per-view, Payback in Chicago. First question today comes from Alex Suggs. Do you really think WWE knows what they are doing if they put AJ Styles against Roman Reigns in Chicago at Payback? I really do not feel WWE knows what they're doing. I think that they are going with AJ Styles because he has a fan base and he's been getting good reactions and he's been selling merchandise. But at the same time, is it really wise to have AJ Styles as a babyface against Roman Reigns in Chicago? Chicago of all places. Now I know Roman Reigns did get a positive reaction last year, but he was against Big Show and he wasn't the WWE champion. It's almost a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns is going to be booed out of the building in Chicago, especially against an internet favorite like AJ Styles. It's going to be a very interesting match because I do not see Roman Reigns losing the WWE title 1 month after winning it. After all this that WWE has been through with the fans booing him and WWE giving up on him last year and then building him back up again, I see Roman Reigns being WWE champion for quite some time. I would be very surprised if he lost to AJ Styles at Payback. And who knows if that match even takes place at Payback. That has not been officially confirmed that is going to be the pay-per-view main event. So we'll see what happens. Not really sure what WWE has planned for the fans at this point. Alright, this one comes from Levy. Do you see Roman Reigns turning heel the way Charlotte turned? I know a lot of people out there are speculating that maybe WWE is planning to do a slow burn Roman Reigns heel turn and just not have it happen all of a sudden. I really do not see that being the case. I feel he would be way better as a heel. Just his whole demeanor when he comes out, he kind of has a little bit of an attitude, something different from John Cena. John Cena would just make fun of himself. With Roman Reigns, you kind of get the feeling a little bit that he is bothered by the fans booing him and he just wants to lash out at the fans, and he has a little bit of a smugness to him that John Cena doesn't have. John Cena will go out there and he'll openly say, I know half the people don't like me, and then he'll just go on with his promo. With Roman Reigns, he's basically saying, I'm the guy whether you like it or not. It is interesting, but at the same time, I'm not expecting WWE to go outside the box and take a risk here. The whole purpose in this build with Roman Reigns was to make him John Cena 2.0. And from all the interviews that Reigns has done as of late, he's been very defensive about his character direction and basically towing the company line. So again, I would be surprised if we see anything other than Roman Reigns being WWE champion as the top babyface for the next several months at least, maybe as long as SummerSlam, or even longer beyond that, God help us. Alright, this one comes from anyone but Roman, and his username is @NotAaronRift. Well, obviously. Do you think that Styles is only the #1 contender to help a Roman heel turn, or do you think he walks out as champion? Stranger things have happened, but AJ Styles becoming WWE champion, I'm not so sure about that. I suppose it could be a short-term run. Maybe AJ wins the title and then loses it right back, but WWE hasn't really done anything like that in a very long time. They would have to be really desperate ratings-wise, I think, to even consider doing something like that. It would just surprise me. And I'll go ahead and say this. I thought I was done with making the bets here, but if AJ Styles wins the WWE title at Payback, I will shave off my eyebrows. I have said it now on camera. It is official. I will shave my eyebrows off, King Kong Bundy style, if AJ Styles leaves Chicago at Payback, the new WWE champion. Alright, this one comes from Hallowed Halls. In the last 5 years, where would you rank this year's WrestleMania main event? I thought it was just disappointing and predictable. I definitely felt that it was one of the weaker WrestleMania main events in recent history. I said this before WrestleMania. If the plan was for a babyface Roman Reigns to win the title, that should not be the match to close the show. WWE should have learned their lesson from previous years, like WrestleMania 18. Putting Triple H and Jericho on last was a mistake. WrestleMania 25, putting Triple H versus Orton on last was a mistake. Notice the pattern here, Triple H was in all these matches. Just saying. The bottom line is, the match that fans were looking forward to the most, well actually I think most fans were looking forward to Ambrose and Lesnar the most, and that turned out to be a disappointment for many people, myself included. Really, the Hell in the Cell match should have gone on last with Shane doing that big spot. I guess maybe there was some concern that Shane would botch the spot or something would go wrong and WWE would not want WrestleMania ending on that note. Who knows? I'm not really sure, but the Hell in the Cell match was definitely, if not the first most anticipated match, the second most anticipated match. And whether it's for the WWE title or not, I know some people like Jeff Meacham feel the title match should always go on last. My opinion is the match that fans are most excited to see and the match that has the most hype should be the main event to close the show. That's my opinion on it. Alright, this one comes from, I'm not even sure how to pronounce this name, so I'm not even going to try. You can see it on the screen here. Thank you for the question. Hey Aaron, is Mike the Miz getting a renewed push in WWE? And has Maurice returned full-time or just a one-time deal? Well, she is expected to be part of the new Total Divas season, and that's why she's being brought back to television to help promote Total Divas and have the cross-promotion. Total Divas will obviously promote what she's doing, but I feel that this is perhaps a way to give The Miz some renewed credibility now that he's the IC champion and he has his real-life wife as his valet. That helps elevate Miz a little bit, I guess, and gives people a reason to care about him now. He actually has a storyline. He has something going for him besides just coming out and doing those Miz TV segments. So maybe it will help him. Maybe it will make his character a little bit more interesting now that he has his wife as his valet/manager. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, this one comes from Nick. Since WWE is dropping the term diva, do you think they'll cancel Total Divas? As I just mentioned in the previous question, Maurice is expected to be part of the new Total Divas season, so it's not going anywhere, and I do not see them changing the name, and what will cause Total Divas to get canceled won't be dropping the term divas, it will be the low ratings. The Total Divas ratings have been falling, they've been very low for this season, and that's why WWE is shaking things up with the show by bringing in Maurice, and they're getting rid of some people like Mandy, and I think they're adding Renee Young to the cast as a full-time member. So they're definitely making some changes with Total Divas in an effort to boost up the ratings. But no, there's no point in changing the name of the show just because they dropped the term divas from WWE programming. And, the term diva is also associated with women that have, a little bit of a sassiness to them and a little bit of an attitude. And with these TV reality shows, you always have the women having confrontations with other women, cat fights or whatever. So I think the term diva for a reality TV show called Total Divas is perfectly acceptable. Alright, this one comes from Tay. Hey, what do you think of the Vaudevillians being called up? Do you see them going far or just another ascension as in Jobber to the Stars? I do not see the act going very far because I feel it's more of a novelty act, and I think it's similar to Emma doing her whole dance routine as well as the tag team of the Ascension and Adam Rose doing his whole party gimmick. I think that those gimmicks worked well in NXT to a certain fan base, your hardcore wrestling fans that like things really outside the box and different. But for your casual audience, I think that they're going to be more confused by the Vaudevillians, and it's going to be hard, I think, to catch on with the mainstream audience. So, unfortunately, I think in a couple of months, these guys are going to be basically Ascension 2.0, just enhancement talent and nothing more on the main roster. Alright, this one comes from Beast Slayer, one of our longtime question submitters. A while back I asked you about Corbin versus Lesnar. Do you think any differently now? Baron Corbin's another interesting pick of guys to be called up. I know he has a big fan base, but I feel it was probably too soon for him. I feel that there are guys in NXT that should be on the main roster right now. Guys like Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Austin Aries, Chad Gable, and Jordan, the American Alpha. I think that they should be on the main roster right now, more than the Vaudevillains and even Enzo and Cass. So yeah, Baron Corbin is an interesting choice, but he really wasn't doing much in NXT. He was basically putting over other guys. So I guess you might as well just do something with him on the main roster. But again, would not shock me if in 6 months he's just basically an enhancement talent doing jobs for people and maybe joining the Social Outcasts or doing something like that. I really wasn't blown away by his debut on Raw. Just don't know how long he's going to last in WWE. I feel maybe it was just too soon for him, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see if he is able to catch on with the mainstream audience. Alright, this one comes from the Daniel Allen. Hey Aaron, had the Benoit incident not happened, how should WWE have booked the Mr. McMahon death angle? Well, from what I recall, the whole idea was to do something similar to what they ended up doing, where it was going to be revealed that Vince faked his death and he would have an illegitimate son. I think this was all part of the eventual storyline plan. The Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon character wasn't going to be gone for good. There was going to be some sort of setup, some sort of shenanigans. So yeah, in an ideal situation, I think that you would have used that angle to help elevate a talent to the next level. And the plan that WWE had with the illegitimate son was to take Mr. Kennedy to the next level and make him a top superstar. And things did not work out with that. But yeah, if it was my call, I would have done some sort of angle like that to help elevate a major superstar like Mr. Kennedy or somebody who wasn't going to get suspended or get injured or any number of other things. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter. Spread the word about NoDQ&A video via social media. I appreciate all the support from you guys. Grab a NoDQ.com t-shirt if you would like to show your support. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com and search NoDQ, or click on the link in the description box. That is one way to show your support, and you can bring your shirt to next year's WrestleMania, as several people did, or even bring them to an upcoming WWE pay-per-view event. That would be awesome as well. And you wear the shirt at a pay-per-view or a TV show, the worst thing that can happen is they give you a free t-shirt to put over it. So, could be a win-win situation. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding Payback and other things going on in the world of wrestling, and I will see you guys next time.